You ever find yourself in the middle of an argument and suddenly forget what you were even fighting about? Yeah, that's when you know you're in deep. Relationships, man. They start out all sunshine and butterflies. You send good morning texts, you stay up late talking about your dreams, you swear you found your soulmate. And then fast forward a little, and suddenly you're debating whether the way they chew is an actual deal breaker. For me, it started simple. I thought love was about grand gestures, about deep, meaningful conversations. Turns out, love is also about deciding whether the thermostat should be set to warm and cozy or Arctic survival mode. Communication? That's an adventure. I used to think I was a great communicator until I got into a relationship. That's when I realized there are levels to this. There's talking, and then there's actually understanding each other. See, I'm the type who wants to solve problems immediately. My partner? The silent treatment champion. And let me tell you, there's nothing more unsettling than being met with a blank stare after asking, "Are you okay?" You know that moment when someone says, "I'm fine," and you know, deep down in your soul, that they're most definitely not fine? That's a trap. I fell into it so many times, thinking, good, they're fine. Spoiler alert, they were not fine. But even when we did talk, the styles were completely different. I'm direct, say what you mean what you say. My partner, more of the guess what's wrong with me today type. And let's not forget the dreaded do whatever you want. If you ever hear that, do not do whatever you want. That is not permission. That is a warning. And then there's fighting. The real battlefield. Not the big ones, no. Those, at least, make sense. The small, stupid fights? Those are the real test. Like the time we fought over a pizza order. I wanted pepperoni. They wanted mushrooms. This should not have been a thing. And yet, somehow, by the end of it, we weren't even talking about pizza anymore. It had escalated into, this is exactly the problem in our relationship. Or the classic, you never listen to me fight. You know that one, right? Where, ironically, both people are too busy defending themselves to actually listen. But let me tell you, nothing is more dangerous than fighting while hungry. One time, we got into an argument on an empty stomach, and I swear, for a brief moment, I saw my partner turn into a T-Rex. Lesson learned. Always eat before discussing serious topics. Trust? That's a roller coaster. I used to think trust was simple. You love someone, you trust them. But it's never that easy. You start with little things. Where were you? Who's texting you? Then suddenly, you're analyzing the tone of their goodnight text. Did they say it with love or obligation? Jealousy is wild, too. I once found myself feeling irrationally suspicious over a random coworker's name that popped up on my partner's phone. It wasn't even a real message, just a group chat notification. But my brain? Who is that? Why are they texting you? What do they want? And let's not even start on social media. I've seen relationships fall apart over a liked photo. Imagine explaining to someone why you double-tapped a stranger's gym selfie 3 months ago. There is no good answer. So, why do we even do this? With all the fights, miscommunications, and stress, why do we keep trying? Because when it's good, it's really good. Because there are moments, small, beautiful moments, where everything makes sense. Like when they hold you after a rough day, and suddenly the world feels okay again. Or when you share an inside joke that makes you both laugh until you can't breathe. Love isn't about never fighting. It's about knowing what's worth fighting for. It's about seeing each other's worst and still choosing to stay. It's about understanding that sometimes love isn't fireworks. It's showing up. It's patience. It's learning, growing, and sometimes apologizing even when you're not entirely sure what you did wrong. So yeah, love is messy. It's confusing, frustrating, and sometimes downright absurd. But maybe that's what makes it real.